Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Coach Murray Show. It's Swamp War Week this week. I'm Adam Bell, along with the Indians football head coach Russ Murray. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
I'm pumped up, man. We had a bye week. I know you guys have been preparing all through the bye week up until today, and you're going to continue to tomorrow. But before we dive into Swamp War, Adco, a couple of weeks ago, you guys dominated. I mean, all facets of the game, the Indians just took care of business.
Yeah, I was proud of our effort in all phases of the game. I mean, defense as always, and our offense stepped it up, and special teams play was okay. We got to get better with kicking extra points, and we had a little difficulty with that, but pretty much it was a total game. I was proud of the kids' effort. We come off that win, our first win with Turner. They were excited to be at home finally for the first time in something like forever. And, I challenged them. We had a bye week. I told them, if we played well, I didn't promise them if we won, but if we played well, we take a couple, some time off. And we were able to do that, to heal up some bruises and cracks and things like that. So I was proud of the effort we had last 2 Fridays ago.
I know on the defensive side of the ball, you guys are averaging a touchdown every game on defense, just about, aren't you?
Well, I think Jamie Jackson, he may be our leading scorer. To chat with Glenn, I know he scored 5 touchdowns. He scored that one in the opening week against Jeff Davis. Or no, it was Yulee he scored, or was it Jeff Davis? I can't remember. It was the beginning of the season, and he's had 4 in the last 2 games. Yeah. Jamie's an exciting player. He really gets after it, and I hope he gets a chance to play at the next level somewhere. He has good grades. It's just if he gets a chance, with that portal and everything, even the smaller schools are sucking him up. But he does a good job, and he kind of makes the other defense follow him along. He is vocal, but he's also just by his play he brings the kids along. So
I know on the offensive side of the ball, we talked about Amari a few weeks ago versus Turner, and then against Adco, y'all kind of did a run-by-committee thing. I mean, all the backs were getting in on the act.
Well, I mean, if you think back the whole season, we haven't really featured a back so much. Amari and Maurice Sims seemed to be a feature back against Turner, and Maurice got hurt, so Amari had the hot hand. He stayed in. But if you go through the whole season, we've played – a committee of backs, and that's what we do out at practice. We've got several backs that that get totes and things like that, and and it just Coach Hagan's the guy that's got the hot hand. Even at practice, he's the one getting most of the reps, and I think Amari Williams stepped up. I think he scored that first touchdown. He hadn't been running a lot this year, but he as I said, he had that hot hand, so Coach Hagan's fed him the ball.
I know you guys have got the community fired up again for Indians football. What changed from that open week in the non-region schedule to the region schedule? I mean, it's like a different ball team.
The whole year we knew that we had 6 tough games to start the year off with before we started region play, and our goal was, of course, to win them, but try to survive at times, and it got to the point with our injuries, and we were banged up, and it goes to, that over there on the wall, trying to win the day. I mean, we just kept getting better, trying to get better the next day, and it was a process, and it always is a process. In the past 4 years I've been here, it's a process. You strive to get better as the year goes on, and we still got a long ways to go because this team we're about to play is unreal.
Yeah.
And a lot better than us, and we're going to have to play out of our minds, and just try to do the best we can. But we just I've tried to make it fun for them out here at practice, because it's tough. I mean, it's tough to get a kid to come out and you're 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6 to come out and practice hard. But we had good practices. The kids responded. We weren't down, and we had some people come in and talk to them. Miss Elaine Bailey came and talked to them the week of the Turner game. I helped her with the food drive they had out here at the mobile food pantry. And she said, "Can I said, yeah, you're certainly welcome to come talk to the kids." And she came and just told them, I love you. So if I love you, there are more people in this community that love you and they're behind you. And the kids really were real attentive, and I could see it in their eyes. And okay, that helped a little bit and kind of started to spark, and that goes to, we had a fine crowd up there at Turner. They know when people are behind them, they're going to play hard. And, just like we are, when we got people supporting us, we're going to do better. And I thank everybody for staying behind these kids, but I know they want more and we want more too.
Yeah.
And we're just going to try our best to get there.
I know coming into this game with the Panthers, the Swamp War, what a perfect time to get on that winning streak. I wanted to ask you about the attitude in here in the locker room. Coming into this week, there's 2 big wins back-to-back, and you're facing Clinch. That's got to be some nice momentum.
Well, it is. It is nice momentum. I mean, it is. You go on a loser streak like we were on, it's tough, and the only thing that can cure losing is winning a game. Mm-hmm. And we've been fortunate enough to win 2 in a row, but I wouldn't say it's a streak yet. But it's got a little bit more pep out here in the field house here and out at practice. Things are we have a lot better practices and things. They're excited. I mean, they know that it's been a while since we've been over there, because the last 2 years we played here. But they're excited about meeting an opponent and it meaning something, I mean, we were down and out for 6 weeks there. I mean, we were just going getting banged up, we had a chance at some of those games, but a couple of the games we were out of it. And, but being in a position to have a game that means something. Yeah. And they're fired up. I mean, this means a lot. It's
if you win this game, you're in a position to win the region.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. And so they're fired up about it, but they know the challenge ahead of them. I mean, we've talked about it for 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks to prepare for them, and they know it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to give our best effort and minimize the mistakes. You can't have mistakes over there. And but to answer your question, get back to that, they are excited because this game means something. It means a lot. Oh, not just this. I mean, that's the thing about Charlton and Clinch. It's always meant something. Mm-hmm. For years it meant something, and then some reason they stuck us up in AA for about 10 years. And we played them at the beginning of the season, but it wasn't the same Charlton Clinch game. Since I started coaching in '95. The Charlton Clinch game was for something, and it's for something now. Although we have one more, it's their last game of the season. So they win the region. We win, we got to play Lanier again for it to have a chance to win it. But so it's huge for them, and senior night is huge for us. Anytime you're in a position that you can, we can defend our crown. We got the region last year. Anytime you got to be excited. The boys are excited about that. For sure.
I know now in the Russ Murray area, you're 3-1 on the Panthers. Coach Dyson's chasing you, Coach.
Well, it certainly has been some luck. We beat them twice over here. We had an overtime game and then a 4th and 2 that they just bit hard on Jalen Lilly and King ran it around the corner. Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to, we stole one from them the last time we were over there. But, those – Coach Tyson's a great coach. He is a great guy. All Winston Peterson, their defensive coordinator. They are Clinch. And I think of Clinch County. I think of those guys. Their dads and Coach Tyson's dad and those before Cecil Barber. But they're the new Clinch. When I think of Clinch, I think of those two guys and they've done great jobs and they'll be ready for sure. And, we just been fortunate. I think that when we won in overtime, the guy that scored the touchdown for them got hurt on that play, and he was their holder. And he went to go kick the extra point, and they had a bobbled hold, and we were able to score and kick the extra point. But, we've been fortunate, and, I hope it can continue. It's been a long time since we've had a class not lose to Clinch County, and our seniors have a chance for that to happen. We ain't talked about that much. We're just just trying to win the day. That's what we're doing.
Win the day right down there, Coach.
And hopefully, we tell them, Coach Lloyd, he coaches that offensive line. Guys, take care of the little things, and the extraordinary things to take care. They'll happen. But we just got to. That's what we've been focusing on.
You know, I was watching. I posted last year's game. I reposted that to CSN, because it's rival week. I posted that to CSN, and I watched the tail end of that game. And you and Coach Dyson both gave us post-game interviews.
Yeah,
Tyson. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tyson. I'm sorry. And I thought that was so awesome because, the losing coach, big rivalry game, but he stuck around to do that.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about it. It's raw. I respect the heck out of them, and I think he does too. I mean, we haven't talked much this week. We just haven't, but, we'll talk after the game. And I remember last year he called me on a Saturday, and I called him, it's always a bunch of respect, and that's what's good about the rivalry too. I feel like they're the same way we are. They're hometown guys. I mean, those guys grew up in that that neighborhood there. They got there. They've had some great ones over the years, and a lot of our guys are from the sticks in Black Bottom and Dixie Lake and things like that, and St. George. They're just like us. Those guys grow up being Panthers when they're in kindergarten. Ours grow up to be Indians when they're in kindergarten. Yeah. So it's a good rivalry and a good healthy one. I guess clean old fashioned hate. Whatever. It's clean hate. I guess you might say.
Maybe I could get both of y'all on a single coach show one day and just let you two.
Well, that's fine. He's a lot.
He'd probably do it.
Well, he's a lot. Yeah. He probably. Yeah, he would. He would do it. He would do it.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you. We're going over there this year, obviously. What are you expecting out of the Panthers as far as offense and defense for the Clinch County?
Well, they're going to run a single wing that primarily, kind of like Atco did. But you're going to see it at 100 miles an hour more. It seems like that they have the best player around. He might be the best player in this whole part of Georgia. Jeremy Bell, he is something else, and I don't know if I know I couldn't tackle him here in this locker room, but he's going to be tough to stop. And their quarterback or running back, quarterback, whatever you want to call it, he throws the ball well, and he runs hard. Yeah. So we're going to have that. Then there's linemen get after. They got some good defensive linemen and some offensive linemen that just playing after. I mean, not against the rules, nasty, but they are just nasty. They get after it, and we're real worried about that. We got to match their play, and and of course, the environment over there is just like our place. It's a good high school environment, especially single A. I mean, it'll start off from the beginning when they shoot them dabbling fireworks off to start off the game with, and it goes from there. It gets them fired up, and you hear "Roll Red Roll" seems like the whole game, and my goal is to get that to stop, that "Roll Red Roll," because they love their Panthers. And like our guys around here love their Indians, so it's a great place to play. Yeah. Of course, I'd rather be playing at the Swamp, just like they'd rather play in their boneyard. But it's their turn, so we got to go over there.
It's going to be like an old school Swamp where both teams running the ball real well. I mean, it's going to be some smash mouth ball, isn't it?
Well, I hope we can live up to our end of the bargain. Yeah, I hope so.
It ought to be a lot of fun. Our Road Warriors, they know what to expect headed over there. I mean, we've been there for the last, way back, probably in the 50s.
Well, where they're at now, the first game was about 88. I think I was a senior, and we played at that field. We kind of opened. I think we might have played the first game on that field. Yeah. But where they're at now, Don Tyson Field right there at the high school. And they're building a new school. I don't know how they are with that, but I'm not sure. I haven't got the logistics on where exactly we're going to go, but I got to make that phone call.
I know. I meant to get with Glenn and get those stats. That man is the football guru around here. I don't know what we're going to do when he retires. He keeps it all.
It's been pretty competitive. Although you go look and in their program and in our program, they do a great job with their program. They have all their records against opponents like we do, and you can see how it. Flip, flip, how it just goes on their streaks and things like that. And, it's a big rivalry, it's been around a long time. And it's been ever since like I said, since 95, since I've been coaching, it's meant a lot, it's meant a lot for a lot of these games. And
I know he posted one time a while back. He's been to something like 400 plus consecutive football games.
He's been to a lot of. Well, I don't know how many consecutive Jordan County games I've been to, but it's been a pile. I haven't missed one since '94. So it's been a bunch, and I hope the Lord I can keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something because I know you're 3-1 on them. What's your favorite win over the Panthers so far in your career as a head coach?
Well,
as a head coach.
you know, I'm alumnus of Charlton County, and any great.
Anytime.
It had to be the first time we beat them over there because I mean we weren't supposed. It was a COVID year, and that's why we got them. It happened to be our like third or fourth game of the season, and their second because they'd had all these cancellations and stuff, and they were so much better than us. So they went in the semis that year, and I think we finished 4-6 that year, just barely missing the playoffs, but because of COVID. Well, the COVID bug hit us at the end, and we had to play like 3 games in 9 days. It seemed like we had Brooks and Atco and somebody, Turner, just bam, bam, bam. But it had to be that first one. We were over there just drag tagging, we were trying to make an offense. We played Jalen Lilly at quarterback most of the time. I don't know if a lot of people remember that. We played him at quarterback. It was his maybe sophomore year or whatever. We played him at quarterback, and we just had a little field goal kicker, Wyatt Cruz, that we had to settle for 2 field goals in the first half, and each equaled a touchdown. It was 6-6 at half by our two field goals. And I remember one time during one of those drives, it was 2nd and 81. We had a 2nd and 81 we had to convert, and we didn't convert it, but we were able to kick a field goal to get 3 points out of it. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And then at the end, they were just tired. You could see on film, and if we played them 100 times more that year, they'd have beat us 100 times. But that was pretty exciting. And just. I hope we can just keep it going. It's it's extremely tough to beat a good team, and we just got to go over there and try to keep it going.
And you're, obviously you've been with the team, the Indians, forever. Is there other high school rivalries that match Charlton Clinch in your mind? In Georgia.
I'm sure there are. You got the Valdosta Lowndes deal. You got. I don't know. You got other ones. I can't. But it's Charlton Clinch. If we had a road in through the swamp, how close we'd be, because we're with the crow flies. We're not far at all from them, but we had to go through Waycross to them. You got the Thomasville Central, and there are others, but I can't think of many. I can't think of many that can be much better.
Right.
Than the thing. You see they're red and white, but I don't know where they got the black uniforms, but they're red and white, and we're red and black, and you got red and black everywhere, and
it's probably a good thing this time of year that swamp separates the two communities.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's not, I don't think it's as nasty as it can get with the baseball, but they like I said earlier, I respect what they do and they respect what we do. So it's pretty good rivalry.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Coach. I know we're going to be run heavy, but how's the passing game looking? I know we've had a couple of weeks to work on that. How are we looking there?
Listen, we practice it every day.
Sorry?
We practice it every day.
Practice it every day.
I don't think we've had a receiver here since 2006. No, we've had a couple of receivers, but I don't know. We'll see. We're throwing it. We throw it well sometimes.
I hear you.
And then we get in the game, we lose our mind. But then we get the game and we can connect some like we did.
You're not going to give too much away, are you?
Well, I don't. I'm telling you, you see all the games. We threw a ball against Atco. When we threw it a little bit, and there's some things we're working on, but we got to go what our strength is.
All right. Hey, the Road Warriors, they're going to be there. Kickoff 7:30. I think it's their senior night.
It is. It is their senior night, so they'll have that program to start off with, and it's always a good deal. We'll get out of their way like they do us, and this is that time of the year that you have your senior nights and things like that. But they'll give us time to warm up. We'll warm up quietly on our side, and just like they had to do last week against Atco, and we'll get that done. It is their senior night, and it's their last game. They're off before the playoffs. They've already made the playoffs, of course, and so they get a week off. Their bye week will be next week, so they got everything going on.
Yeah,
they'll throw everything at us.
I will try to find out tonight or tomorrow from Clinch, unless you already know if it's GoFan and cash or just GoFan only.
I don't know. I don't know.
Before we head out, Coach, our Maidens. I know you're a big Maiden fan. They essentially made the Sweet 16 last week.
Yeah, they won
there.
around.
What a year they had again.
Oh yeah, those girls did a good job, and coach did a great job with her coming in her first year, and I like watching her coach. You know, I want to go over there and like spend some time and watch her coach. I like doing that. You know, see how they relate to the kids, and she seems to do a great job with them because I'll always notice the games I go to if they mess up. I mean, I'm sure she's yelled, but I've never seen. She's always instructing them, you know, and you know, telling them, you know, this is, you know, and I like that about her. I like her style. She'll have a whole year to work with them. So I look for good things with them, you know, in the next couple. I think she's got some good young kids coming up. So I'm excited about that.
I was over there with them. You know, we were streaming it, and I tell you, Charlie Woolard, she pitched the entire team. I don't know how many pitches she ended up throwing, but she did a heck of a job.
I heard she threw like 21 innings, but she, you know, that's my cousin's daughter. So my first cousin, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't
she's,
know that.
you know, I still have Abby Cruz. She's my cousin's daughter too. But yeah, I still have her around in there. But yeah, Charlie's gonna be missed by the softball program. Her and her sister both, who graduated last year, they are 2 years ago. They're going to be, you know, they're going to miss her.
Yeah.
You know, she had a good bat, and and she was a leader in that field house for them. And I'm sure somebody's going to fill that role in. You know, like I said, coach does a great job with them, and I can't wait to watch those girls. You know, when it all boils down to, I'm Indian here football first, but I'm an alumnus of the school, so I root for all of us. So they'll get better too in that weight room. And then they're utilizing that weight room. Coach Lloyd's got those girls getting out. I had to cover the weight room today because Coach Lloyd had to go to a doctor's appointment, and the girls were in there getting after it this morning, and I like that.
I know. You know, I was over there, like I said, and if Charlie had a full 24-hour break instead of a 30-minute break in between that last game and the championship game, I think we would have beat Telfair. I mean, you never know till you line up, but if she'd been fresh instead of coming off that.
Well, I know
win,
Telfair's been tough. You know, in the past we've played them, and they've been a tough opponent for us for years, even when they were in their region. And those girls play hard too.
All right, Coach, anything else you want to hit on before we head out?
No. I just continue to stay behind our boys, and I really appreciate the love that you've shown them, and let's just try to go over to the other side of the swamp and win the day.
I appreciate you joining us every week.
Yeah,
and
we're
going to win the day and be 4-1 in the Russ Murray era, right? We're going to try.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching the Coach Murray Show. We'll see you live Friday night from Clinch County at 7:30. Thanks for watching.